We're going to focus on a more uplifting story, and this is how Steve Jobs saved the music industry. Here to tell us about it is Ed Nash of Altius Management. Mr. Nash, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So we've obviously seen since the passing of Steve Jobs this amazing outpouring of emotion, affection, really gratitude from consumers all over the world. But in a piece tonight in the Wall Street Journal, tomorrow's editions, you argue that it's not just consumers, but the music industry as well ought to be thankful for Mr. Jobs' contribution.
Absolutely. In 2003, when the iTunes Music Store came out, the music industry had really no idea. The major labels had no idea what to do about the increased technology that allowed all the illegal downloading to happen. And Steve Jobs, as a true innovator, I like to say that he gave a true innovator gives the market what it wants before the market knows what it wants. And,
That's right.
And Steve developed iTunes. He developed iTunes and the iPod. When they came out with the iTunes Music Store, the amazing thing that happened was that people who were already illegally downloading music, they found enough value in the iTunes Music Store that they would stop illegally downloading music and pay 99 cents per track. And the music industry didn't know what to do. Steve Jobs had the answer.
It is amazing, and you talk about supply creating its own demand, Say's law to economists, but in this case, consumers not realizing how much they wanted these products till he invented them. But this issue of teaching people or persuading them not to steal music just for a better interface customer experience, that must have seemed crazy, at least implausible to a lot of music industry people, I would think, when he first started rolling out the idea.
You know, the music industry, the major labels, and I work with them on a daily basis, but the major labels had never sold directly to the consumer before, and so they weren't used to this the capabilities that this technology allowed. And you know, they all were trying to develop their own different things, but they weren't able to do it when it was absolutely needed. And I think it confused a lot of people. And Jobs even said in a quote from 2003 that, you know, a lot of these label executives didn't have email. They weren't even on the internet, and you know, he was just way ahead of where they were. And the public was there with him when he developed this stuff.
Now, obviously, he wasn't running a charitable enterprise. He was making a profit, and I would assume that at times along the way, various music companies probably thought he was driving a hard bargain. Is there now pretty much universal acceptance that he saved the industry, or do you have some music companies saying he was a pretty tough guy, and you know, we had a tough time dealing with him?
You know, I knew that I was going to take some flack from some of my fellow music industry professionals when I wrote this and I took this stance. And there are still a lot of people in the music industry that are clinging to the old models, that believe that somehow the old models that are full of packaging deductions and all kinds of revenues that the industry was able to you know, to benefit from. There are a lot of people that think those are coming back, and that's kind of living in a dream world. Technology continues. We're not going to see increased CD sales. That's just a fact, you know. And I think we're going to see at least a decrease in even sales of MP3s as we're moving towards more subscription-based systems and clouds and all of that. But yeah, there are still a lot of people that would maybe disagree or want to disagree with my position on this, but you know, I go back to the fact that they did not have an answer, and nobody has really nobody was able to do what Steve Jobs did. So you know, I like to look forward rather than look back, and I think that's the only way we can you know, succeed in business.
That's right. And looking forward, just real quickly, are you then bullish on the music industry, or it's kind of flip of the coin whether it can succeed in your view?
You know, I think there are, with great change comes great opportunity. I think there are more opportunities in the music industry and the entertainment industry as a whole. And I'm really excited. I think there are more different opportunities for people who are thinking outside the box right now. And you know, we have to be aware of the old models. We have to know about the way things have been done throughout history. I think knowing history is a very important thing. But I think, you know, hey, people are consuming music more than ever. every kid in America seems to have have earbuds plugged in and they're listening to something. It's easier for us to get music, and it's becoming easier for us to listen to anything that we want to, from any time period, and that's a very positive thing.
Yep.
It's being consumed, and so the technological innovations are going to continue. The business is going to continue. It's not the way it always has been, but it's a good time right now to be in the music industry, in my opinion.
Sounds good. Okay, well, thanks, Mr. Nash, and good luck in that music industry.